Okay, so on this beautiful Friday afternoon, it's all about FICO and credit information and giving you tips on what you need to know. So when the time comes for you to buy a house, you know exactly what you need to do. All right, so let's say you're a first-time home buyer, wanting to buy it with the FHA loan, but you happen to have some blemishes in your credit. And one of those blemishes is a charge-off. Well, how does FHA, the first-time home buyer loan, looks at a charge-off? Well, FHA is very clear on how they look at a charge-off in our credit report. So, a charge-off, first of all, is a debt that, let's say, a creditor has already given up on collecting. So they have written off the debt as a loss. So if you're trying to buy a home and using the FHA program, the first-time home buyer loan, if you happen to have a charge-off, guess what? You don't need to pay it off, because if that is a charge-off, it basically says that the debt is being written off or cannot be collected anymore. But if you have a charge-off and you decide to dispute it with the credit bureaus, if you tell the credit bureaus, hey, credit bureaus, this charge-off is incorrect, and that comment appears in your credit report, guess what? Now, FHA might downgrade your loan to a manual underwriting, which means more paperwork, and you might not be able to qualify. So before you start buying a home, if you know that you have a charge-off, or if you have, let's say, an account that is being disputed, make sure you look at your credit. The key word you got to remember is disputed charge-off, right? And of course, if it's more than $1,000, guess what? Now you might have to go with a manual underwriting, which some people can qualify if they have to go with a manual FHA loan. Some people might not be able to qualify. So make sure you look at your credit before you start the process going. And if you have any disputed accounts, especially a charge-off, start taking the necessary steps to take that charge-off out of dispute. That way, when you're trying to qualify for a home, the process will be going more smoothly. Now, if you're ready to buy a home, you know what? Contact me or drop me a comment and we can start the process going.